It looks like a smartwatch is yet another convenient distraction from the real world that will keep you a slave to charging, updating, and notifications. And is there anything that this thing can do for you that your phone cannot? I think it all depends on you and how you choose to set up your smartwatch. For me, this thing has been irreplaceable. It has helped me to reduce my screen time, to improve my health, and to remember important things when I need them with minimal distraction. For you, it could do that, or it could do nothing at all. So, do you really need a smartwatch? To help you answer this question, I'm going to show you the 20 ways my smartwatch has really improved my life. The most important thing that I wanted to do was to track my habits. I managed to make all of my important habits trackable with a single click on my watch and a few swipes to the side. All I have to do is click when I have accomplished something, no browsing, no distractions, and whenever I want to, I can have a look on my phone to adjust my habits, see how my progress is developing over time, and what the statistics look like. Timers. Another productivity staple is time tracking. If I want to sit down and focus, I'll put in a 30-minute timer to encourage myself. If I want to relax for some time but not overdo it, I'll put in a 20-minute timer to relax. I use a timer for cooking too, and for breaks, and for whatever activity that I need to add some extra urgency and mindfulness to. Notes. In the past, I have suggested using a distraction journal to put down whatever pops in your head while you're working so you can tend to that later. Even less friction can be achieved by just using the Notes app on your watch. Within seconds, you can open it up and dictate whatever is on your mind, then close it and forget all about it so you can focus on the task at hand. Alarms. I know this is such a basic thing, but I will take anything that will detach me from the phone, especially in the evening and in the morning. Having an alarm on your watch actually proves to be invaluable. First of all, you can set it up to wake you with absolutely no annoying sound at all that you will grow to hate. Instead, it creates some gentle vibrations on your wrist, which also means that you don't have to wake up anyone else who is not on your schedule. Schedule. This is one more thing that detaches me from my phone, and especially if you are someone who likes to map out their day on, for example, Google Maps, you will find yourself often reaching for your phone and checking when your next appointment is or adding a new appointment to your list. But if you use your watch, you could easily see everything that you have to do in the day without the dangers of scrolling and the inconvenience of searching for and opening up the app. I think one of the top 3 reasons why I end up browsing Instagram for an hour when I really didn't mean to was Googling things. Googling something means I need some information so I could go and do something else, and if I get distracted by my phone, the whole action is going to be delayed or forgotten entirely. That's why I absolutely love the option to Google things on my watch really quick, where it's hard to descend into a browsing frenzy. Probably the second biggest reason for falling into a browsing rabbit hole are notifications. And I don't even mean those that every productivity guru says to turn off. They're off, but there are still those important notifications from your family, those calls you're waiting for, and they are dangerous too. So of course I enabled only those important notifications on my watch, and now I profit from the ability to read my family's message and give them a short spoken or written answer without getting sidetracked for 20 minutes and being on Reddit, and I love that. Aside from productivity and digital minimalism, I think the next biggest reason why people get a smartwatch is for health improvement. And there it really depends what kind of device you get. Some are better at the productivity and digital minimalism, others are better at the health, and that depends on the kinds of sensors, the battery life, all of that things. In the health area, the biggest improvement that I saw was water consumption. It's not the same thing to get a reminder on your phone and then have to click into the app and track it as it is to get a small vibration on your watch that sends you a regular reminder to just take a sip. It takes no longer than 20 seconds, it has no distractions along the way, and it just works. I have been consistently meeting my hydration goals ever since I got my new smartwatch, and I feel really good about it physically. Mindfulness. As with many of the other things that I've mentioned here, friction with meditation apps is a lot of the times what actually barred me from going through with the practice. I would open up a certain app and browse for the perfect guided meditation for so long that it would actually take longer than the practice itself. And some days I would just be dreading this moment where I'm searching for it and therefore not going on to meditate. I found a very simple substitute in the face of Google Fit Breathe. It's a small app that has light vibrations that remind you to breathe, and it tracks your deep breaths and heart rate. It's perfectly sufficient if you've already meditated for some time, and you can get started within seconds. The next thing is sleep, and it looks like we have an expert on the topic here with us now. Ever since reading the book Why We Sleep by Matthew Walker, I think it's really important to get an 8-hour full night's sleep. And to that end, I found that tracking my sleep has helped me identify certain improvements that I can make. For example, my cat scratches the door around 6 a.m. every day, which I don't always consciously register, but it always shows up on my sleep tracker. As a solution, we started giving her an evening meal when we're almost ready for bed, so she can start to sleep on our schedule. At least it works for us. I don't know what she would say about that. An activity reminder will essentially check if you have had any steps in the past hour, and it will remind you that it's time to move or have a little stretch. For example, if you haven't moved for a while, the Samsung Galaxy Watch will send you a reminder with different options for moving, such as making a little stretch or taking a few steps, and it will guide you through the process. And then you can just focus on your work. Fitness tracking. This is one of the main reasons why people might want to get a smartwatch. And the quality of the tracking can really vary from model to model. So it's important to know what exactly you want to track with what quality before you make a choice for what watch you want to get. With really good sensors and software, like on the Galaxy Watch, you could track your runs, your cardio sessions, weightlifting, walks, or any other kind of workout to find out how many calories you burned, what your heart rate was like, your speed, and other really helpful metrics that can help you improve your performance. Heart rate tracking. For me, this wasn't really a priority, but I still sometimes use it to see what the effects of, for example, a coffee drink or a workout or a meditation have been. But on the Galaxy Watch, you could use this metric, for example, to measure your heart rate variability, which will tell you more about your current stress levels. I really want to highlight some really useful applications of the smartwatch for fun. For example, when I am doing some kind of chores, I often like to have a video or a book in the background. I'll be using YouTube or Spotify or Audible, and I like to have some control over it, just so I don't have to go and reach back for my phone and maybe start browsing. For example, you can turn the volume up and down and change the song in Spotify. You could pause a YouTube video or move on to the next one, and you could rewind your books and play with other controls on Audible. Another great use of the watch is the camera controls. If you want to take a good photo from far away, you can use a watch app to see how the frame is looking and fire up the shutter while you're at a distance. It's water time. Translations. This could be an awesome thing to do while you're having a conversation with someone and you just really quickly need to look up a word. Instead of reaching for your phone, you can opt to use the Google Translate app on your watch. I find that it keeps me from browsing random things, and it promotes my rule of never being on my phone while I'm with someone in real life. Finally, there are 4 tools that I find really useful, though there are probably countless more that I just don't know about yet. The Maps application helps you to quickly find your way using some simple vibrations on your wrist whenever you have to change the course, and that way you can keep your eyes on the surroundings much more. Another great thing is that when somebody writes you a message, you can have a quick spoken reply right into the watch to answer them, or you can use a magic keyboard kind of thing to write a very simple response. And that means that you don't have to sit around on your phone waiting for somebody to write you, and it also has much less distraction potential. Call replies are even more awesome, but you need to be by yourself and your smartwatch needs a speaker. Instead of frantically searching for your phone when somebody calls you, they offer you the possibility to just pick up and resume the call right from your wrist. Finally, the torch. It sounds like a petty benefit maybe, but if I want to learn to live without my phone more, it's nice to have some useful tools on my watch instead. I actually found myself reaching for the torch tool quite often, especially using a short voice activation that works within seconds. And that's it, but also that's not it, because depending on you and your use cases, there could be countless other benefits and application. Maybe you need a calculator on the fly, or a shopping list, or a to-do application, a time tracker, a workout generator, a sleeping noise machine. There are so many things. Truly what matters is to define what you want out of a smartwatch and pick the right one for you. So I received a Samsung Galaxy Watch for Christmas, and that watch is amazing for fitness tracking, and also it pairs wonderfully with a Samsung phone. But I will have to return this because what I'm really looking for are applications for productivity. So I found a great alternative in the Fossil Gen 5 watch for me. It has all of the things that I need for productivity, and after a bit of initial setup, it has been adding a lot of value to my life and really helping me with daily things. But of course, for this watch, there are some other downsides, like for example, the fitness tracking is really lacking, the sensors are way off, and the software is just not as focused on that. But that's okay, because I was looking for a completely different thing, and for my need, this is perfect. It fulfills what I need. So, do you need a smartwatch? Now you know. Thanks for watching.